It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, same ring that thing up in there.
I'll use my fingernail, things are smooth, just to figure out where we are.
But sometimes it isn't, so don't, you don't panic.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Okay, next up, once you have that done, you kind of get it down to the rough diameter that you're looking for. And maybe this is planned, and maybe it's cedar panes. This piece of wood is pretty straight grained, so you kind of need some idea of how to make it interesting. And you'll see some of these over here, the straight grain ones, you got to do something with them to make them interesting. If they have a lot of defects, if they have bark, if you have other kinds of inclusions or whatever, then maybe you don't have to worry so much about how you're going to shape it. But the first thing you got to do is get this end here that is going to be at the end where you put the stopper tip in. You need to get it down to about the diameter of the tip, the flange on the tip. And there's about 3 different possible shapes that you can do. And really, there's only, as I say, there are only about 3. And I'll get out of the way here in just a second. One will be, if this is your flange of the tip eventually, like that. You can come up like this, you can come up like that, you can go straight, or some variation. I guess the last one would be some kind of a little dimple like this, and then do whatever you want. But kind of think about that, because that's what you're going to do next, right here. Go for it.
Do we have any desires?
No, I
Just
just,
feel it.
that's why
You're just
I'm
winging this, right?
Just wing.
Let's just pick one and comment. I know you don't have a comment.
All right, I'll pick one, yeah. You want to do something like that? You want to do something?
No,
You got a long piece of wood.
It's yours to do.
Tell them which one you're gonna copy after you're done.
I'll tell them which one I started at.
For demonstrate, why don't you use Nick Cook, the one professional bottle stopper we have. That's a very common design, and he wouldn't care if you copied it and sold it.
All right,
Because he's gonna sell
that's
it
the
for
shape
$4.
we're gonna look at. So let's see, we've got almost, we're actually a little smaller than the outside dimensions.
Don't forget your tip.
Nick wouldn't like that.
Tip size is just about what the collar is on your arbor here.
All right.
One of those shapes, don't worry about it.
Just do the shape, don't worry about the dimensions, you just make it a little smaller.
Make it a midget hat.
All right, now, what I'm thinking to get a nice flat surface on the bottom is I might unscrew this a little bit. I don't know whether it's gonna work. Because I just used a parting tool there, so that's gonna be a little bit rough on the bottom.
You can still make the diameter the same as the tip of the cone. You don't have to have that flange like he does, that's just his design. Just copy the hat shape.
Now remember, the world is watching.
All right.
You can pass it around, there's just 3 different types of transition down to the tip.
All right, now we're just gonna have just a little bit of an angle there, and the stopper should cover most of that rest. So now we're gonna make this angle here. Just the rest to the right height, because I'm at a skew right now. Now you can use a spindle tool, which is what I use more than a skew, but God said, oh, you know, you ought to use a skew. So I said, okay, well.
Thank you.
All right, so we've got this part cut now. So now we've got to go back in the other way.
I guess you had some.
Now what we're just doing now is just making some deep cuts.
It's hard to see.
And now we're just clearing out some wood. And use your skew. Most of your work is lifting up the handle. And you just got a hair clearance on that tip. You got no clearance, you got a problem. You got too much, you're gonna cut. All right, so it's going way down in there. All right, so gotta keep going.
Sit up outside the liquor store and say,
Total wine.
They sit up outside of,
Total wine.
huh?
Total wine.
No, people come there and buy wines.
they don't need to stop. You go drink all of it.
All right, we're pretty decent there. We'll get a finish shape. Slide that double down. Now we're going to do this round over part. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use either a regular spindle gouge or a so we've got that.
I wonder if the camper's gonna smell like liquor, or is the liquor gonna smell like camper?
So now we've got to put a round over on the top. I don't know.
You see moving.
I don't need a bottle stopper.
Still got a good camera angle? Good to go? Now we're just setting clearance, because we're going to cut that thing off. sand it if we wanted to now, but I would
Well,
spend a lot of
yeah, I
time
mean,
sanding.
this is so short that once you cut it off, it's still gonna be good and stable on that arbor. If it's a little bit longer sometimes, it's better to sand in between.
Now, when you get to that last part, you gotta go real slow, but that wood is not going very fast. Please prepare to catch it. Did you get it? Here's the little nip gonna come off in a second.
Yeah, but it's gonna go that way.
Usually the ones that I make are a little bit longer. That's why the blanks, I say I cut the blanks about 3 inches. But when you purchase blanks, I noticed out here they have a selection. Some are 2 inches, some are 3. Most of them in the catalogs are 2 inches long.
Okay.
That's good, Chuck. And then what I use to sand, I use the Avernet, and I get the 4 or 5 inch discs in the box, and I cut them in the van truck. I cut them in quarters. And when you get them in the box, you get about 5 different grids, 5 or 6 different grids, and 5 sheets of each. So if you cut them in quarters, you got 20 pieces. Lasts quite a while. It is expensive. It's like $30-some for a box.
It needed something.
Yes, I'm glad you brought yours. Hot wire works really good on these things where you need just that little extra pizzazz, and I use it a lot. I forgot to.
I may need to speed it up. 1,500, 1,600. Lee, you ready?
I'm ready. I wanna see smoke. See smoke, yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
Got smoke?
Got smoke.
We could do something somewhere else, but with a little bit of sandpaper, she'd be good to go.
Well, that's very so good, it got me to
Just coarse down to fine. I use one of these little pads to put behind the Avernet. You don't have to.
This is confidence, he's giving me 40 grit.
Use it all.
40 grit?
Chuck, could you step towards his headstock? Chuck, just stay towards the headstock, please. Thanks.
You like me scanning my head?
That's not showing
This is, these are real nice sandpaper. Watch this camera here.
He's not showing much confidence in you giving him 40 good.
He actually gave me 120, and I probably didn't need it, but I put it on.
I usually got it.
This was 180.
I
So he's
heard-
probably going 50%.
I heard Keith talk tonight. He said he starts at about 400. Well, I start at about 120.
This is
I
240.
started at 80.
Well, I do too sometimes.
Well, you do what you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and Keith doesn't do things like this.
They stop at 400.
Can't turn it around, sand it around.
All right, so we're at 320 now. Now, at 320, it should have a nice polish. That's been my experience with bowls and coliforms out there. Everything should be either right or wrong. And you may have to go back and grade it if it's not right. I haven't turned the thing off because we were just trying to get things done, but we'll go ahead and take it down. And actually, it looks pretty good. I might have had to go back, but I think we're
Chuck, do they use bottle stoppers in Georgia?
big ones.
I thought it was
Big
tops to the mason jars.